way too talented. I am way too talented to be struggling.
Yeah.
Just fucking. You didn't see what I did there? It's a joke. I said we are, and then I stopped and said I am.
No, I caught it.
Okay, well, why don't you laugh? If you don't laugh, it makes me feel like a bad person.
Good.
Okay.
Let's get dumb and have some fun. Let's get dumb and have some fun. Let's get dumb and have some fun. Get dumb and have some fun.
Welcome to Let's Get Dumb, the podcast where I, comedian Joe Kilgallon, and comedian Jonah Jurkens, like to ask dumb questions, tell dumb stories, make dumb lists, just have a dumb old time with you. Jonah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Joe.
It's 2025.
Yes, it is.
Could you believe it, man?
I can't believe it.
When you were a small, wee child, a little lad, a little tyke,
A little tyke.
what were you thinking the year 2025 would be like?
I thought we'd be flying in cars.
I did too. Why are we not?
Never got that.
I thought for sure car flight.
I thought for sure hoverboard.
Like a legit one.
Like a legit one.
Not that bullshit they tried to play off a few years ago where old people were just breaking their necks.
Right.
Remember those things?
No.
Those aren't hoverboards.
Yeah.
They were little gliders with wheels. Hover
Okay.
means you are off the ground.
Yeah.
Hovering.
I thought that. Yeah, I thought that. Like everything that happened in Back to the Future 2, I thought was going to be a real thing.
The closest thing to happen in
Jaws
Back to the
19.
Future 2 was the Cubs almost won the World Series in 2015.
Right.
That was the closest prediction
Right.
that it got right. Everything else, not even fucking close. Although Biff Tannen being president feels Trumpish.
Well, I mean, he basically, what happened to Biff into is basically Trump. Oh, yeah, they did predict that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So-
But not the self-fitting clothes. Always wanted that.
Oh, what was that one again?
That's what. Remember the arms are too long.
they
it
hit
was-
a button and it
and
fits
came
perfect.
up. Yeah, I always wanted that. I still want that.
That's pretty
Because I have
great.
my fat days. You know, I have my skinny days. I want my clothes to like fit along with like how I'm feeling that day.
You ever notice that when you have your fat days, it's days where you're going to have to be shirtless around people?
How often are you shirtless?
Not often.
I can't
but
tell you the
like-
last time I was shirtless in front of somebody that wasn't my lover.
Yeah, I know. But I was swimming recently at a hotel pool.
Okay.
And I was having a fat day. I remember the day before being like, I was having such a thin day the day
Yeah.
before. Why can't I be this?
Mm-hmm.
Not that it matters as a hotel pool, but like, just in case. In case people are looking out their window being like, who the fuck is that guy?
Uh-huh.
Hunkiest dad you've ever seen. That's
Uncle's
who.
dad, yeah.
Right?
Right? Zaddy.
There you go. I don't like the term zaddy, by the way.
Why not?
I don't know. I think we should do away with that one. This episode, by the way, we don't really have an exact thing. All we're going to do is talk about the new year, maybe recap a little 2024, talk about
What
that
we're
kind
happy
of stuff.
for, what we're looking forward to.
Sure. I mean, I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I
Zaddy.
like how you're like, we're just going to talk about what you want. I'm like, maybe I want to talk about this. You're like, that's not going to happen.
Nah, I don't. think
Yeah, I want to talk about what I want to talk about. Okay.
That's a bad idea.
I think it's
Jonah.
more like, hey, I'm going to talk, and Jonah, you just go, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
If you could just yes and all my ideas,
Yeah.
Mr. Improv for 5 years. No, of course I'm kidding with you, Jonah. We're gonna spitball a little bit here. The word zaddy. I don't know. Do
Is
you
that
like
Gen
it?
Z daddy?
No.
Is that Zaddy?
Could, producer Austin? By the
you're
way, Happy
young,
New Year,
Austin.
producer Austin.
Happy New Year to you.
Hello.
By the way,
Wow.
a few people gave me shout outs for referring to you as producer Austin. Even there was some scenario where I said something like, "Oh, producer Austin said this," and they go, "I like how you call him producer Austin,
He's our
even not podcast related."
Yeah, it goes well, I think.
You like it?
Yeah, you did a good term. I appreciate it. If people are going to hook on to it, then yes, I like
I think
it.
people think that you're important then. Producer
Yeah.
I have a
Austin.
T-shirt that says producer Austin.
Right.
Producer.
Yeah,
PA.
yeah.
A hat, producer
Right.
Austin.
Oh, and I got
It's like
Zaddy.
that's scene in Swingers when John Favreau's like, oh, I'm a, struggles about being a comedian, and then the girl kind of knows about it, and they go, what do you do? To Vince Vaughn, he goes, oh, I'm a producer, and they go,
don't-
okay,
nice.
cool.
They don't
Yeah.
even follow up. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A million questions for him. That's such a great.
That is
scene.
if we were at a party. Oh, we should talk about this. I don't think we talked about this last time. We had we did a couple of episodes in one day, so it's been a couple of weeks since you and I have talked to each other. But oh yeah, so it's weird how like. How do you feel about sorry, I'm like really all over the
What is
fucking board
going on?
now. I know,
Are you having a
I'm
stroke?
losing.
Are you having a stroke right
I
now?
think I
Jonah?
might be having a stroke.
What are you smelling? Does it smell like burnt toast?
Are you not making toast right now?
No.
Okay, you should.
By the way, could you?
They can't hear that.
I was going to say hold your thought, but don't hold your thought because you'll never come back to you if I tell you to
I
hold
know,
your thought.
I know.
By the way, I got this stupid little Superman curl going on right now.
I
It's
like
really
it
pissing me
when you
off.
kind of like shake it. I mean, you saw the new trailer and it looks like that.
Yeah.
You see the new trailer?
I did.
You liked it?
I don't know if I did or not.
When the dog came, I was like, I'm not gonna see that.
Okay, me and you were too old for that.
I think so, yeah.
Or because I guess the people who like are all about the comic books love that the dog.
Producer
showed up.
Austin's leaving because he's pissed.
They love that Crypto is the name of Superman's dog. So when they saw that part of the trailer, they're like, fuck yeah. When I saw that part of the trailer, I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I was like, oh, what's coming? And then I was like, is that a puppy? And I'm like, and it's got a cape?
How does he get his powers, that puppy?
Mm-hmm.
Why would Superman's dog? He didn't come over with a dog from Kryptonite.
Right.
Did the dog just crash land? And he's like, oh, this is my dog from Kryptonite. I don't know the story. By the way, anyone who's diehard Superman fan right now,
I'm sorry, you're losing
they
your
are
shit.
so pissed right now at
I
us.
like that,
Okay.
I like that
Shut
you're
the
calling
fuck
the
up.
planet Kryptonite. That's awesome.
Oh, Krypton. Sorry,
Krypton.
Yeah.
Krypton.
Jesus fucking Christ, producer.
Isn't it weird that the planet Krypton
Mm-hmm.
has an element called kryptonite that fucks up its own citizens?
Well, I think it's because it's mixed. Hey, can we make this segment?
Joe has no idea about Superman.
No, two
Old idiots.
non-dorks who think they know dork culture, I guess.
Yeah, trying to figure out Superman.
Trying to figure out nerd. Dude, we should have a segment like that where Austin, because you're very much into this stuff, throws us something and we have to figure out why that is.
I love. By the way, we've had
Can we write that down? Let's do that segment.
write that down. It's a good idea, Jonah. We have at least one episode every 4 or 5 months where we're basically having a show meeting while on the show. You know what we should do?
Yeah, you should do. And then also in our episodes, we're like, hey, I'm going to do another take on that one. Let me do that better.
I would love if one of our listeners were like, you know what you guys should do? Talk about this shit ahead of time.
Yeah, which we
Organize
try.
your thoughts.
Right.
There we go.
So-
All right, what were we going to say before
So
you
what I
had
was
a
gonna
stroke?
say, because it's the whole like I'm a comedian and people are like want to ask more questions, and then if Austin's like, oh, I'm a producer, people are like, oh, powerful role, and they don't ask any questions. So like when I was talking to someone who's a therapist, and they were talking about like, oh, I'm not looking forward to this party. I have to come up with a different job so people don't ask me more. And we're trying to figure out what's the best jobs where people just don't want to ask more questions.
Accountant.
What's that?
Accountant.
Yeah, like accountant or like middle management,
IT.
IT, right? Because therapists, everyone tries to get a free therapy session out of you, right? Doctor,
Or they say,
what's
who's
wrong
your
with
craziest
this?
client?
Right? Yeah. For comedians, it's always like I always get, who's your favorite comedian? And what that really is hey, tell me that you know about my favorite comedian. Because that's the things with comics, we all know so many more comics. So I tell people who my favorite comic is, and people are like, I don't know who that is, and they get like upset with me, and it's like, well, why'd you ask me then? You just want me to tell you what your favorite comedian is. So I have to like go back to like who's big now. Like I do like and there's nothing against these comedians, but I do like Sebastian Maniscalco, I guess. Like when people ask you who's your favorite comic?
Well, no,
when a normal asks you who's your favorite comic.
I understand where you're going with it because I've done it where I go, I just like a lot of local people. I tell them, and
Yeah,
then
I
they
say
get a
that
little.
too.
You can see them going like, oh, because they want to keep the conversation going because they've never met a comedian before, and this is
Right.
fascinating to them. You know, so they want you.
But
to
they're
say
not
these
interested
names.
in the answer.
I know. That's just human
They're always
nature.
like, oh, how do you do your thing? And then you're like, oh, and then I tell them, and then they instantly, it looks like they're walking away in their brain.
Yeah, how'd you get into it? It's a big question. What
They don't
made
care
you
the answer.
decide? I think for how'd you get into it, I feel like they
What
might
kind of
care.
stand up do you do? It's just like, I
What
don't
do you
know,
talk
man.
about on
Yeah.
stage? As far as the answer of favorite comedians, I usually tell them like Bill Burr, which is true
What do you think the worst?
because I know everyone knows who Bill Burr is.
Right.
know?
It sucks because I want to be like Louis C.K. and then like, oh, fuck, I can't say that anymore.
Everyone knows who Nate Bargatze is now. I like Nate
Right.
Bargatze a lot. I
Very
don't know if
funny.
he's one of my favorites, although I loved his last special. I haven't seen his latest one yet.
It's good.
What do you think about this? This might be a weird little petty thing. I was scrolling through Facebook a couple days ago. It was the day Nate Bargatze's new Netflix special came out, and all these comics are sharing it. Comics where I'm like, you don't know him. He doesn't know you.
Right.
You're sharing this. Maybe you're genuinely
They're
just
like
a big fan.
Nate Bargatze and him.
Well, yeah, it's like in my head, it always makes me laugh that if you're a really, really big band, actor, whatever, everyone's sharing your shit. But if you're at our level, no one shares your shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I almost want to be like, you didn't share my special when it came out. And we do shows together all the time.
Okay, so again,
Nate Bargatze, you do not know.
Right.
This will not make him like you. He doesn't know you're sharing this.
Right.
Why are you sharing this?
So this
I really
goes
want to know.
goes back to why didn't you support me?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that's a real thing. And not just me, but I see people do that with other people in their lives. You know what I mean? People always like, oh, hey, you got to go get this book. Oh, from one of the biggest authors of all time.
Right.
What about your friend who wrote a children's book a few weeks ago? Right. What about?
Have you wrote a children's book?
No, I'm just bringing up random
Joe,
shit.
have you wrote a children's book?
I do not have a children's book.
Have you wrote a children's book?
Have I written a children's
Have you written
book?
fuck you.
Yes, I have. But
Okay.
it's not published. So
It's
I'm not
weird
talking
how
about-
all these things kind of
I'm
come
not
back to
talking
things that
about
people didn't
myself,
support
but,
you
like,
with.
Austin, can you chime in? Because I feel like you're a regular person and you can help me with some of this.
Uh-huh.
Like, did you ever see that when people don't like? What
Right.
about your movie show? Wouldn't you be pissed off if like, you don't have any kind of animosity towards people for not sharing shit better with you?
No.
That's
You gotta find your own
I
audience,
agree,
bud.
Joe.
no, I'm right about this.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
can't-
I don't think you're wrong about this. It's just interesting it all comes back to you.
Well, I just chose
favorite.
children's book because I have a female friend who wrote a children's book, and I remember thinking, why aren't more people sharing her book?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've noticed there's a certain thing people do where whatever level they're at, they can't support people who are at their equal level. They can only support people who are above them, which is fucking stupid.
Yeah, do you think it's more like a I'm jumping on the bandwagon type thing, just because more people like will know what you're talking about? I'm the opposite. I like sharing things that I love. My favorite thing is sharing clips from us. Like
I'll give you an
doing
example.
that.
So I did Zanies this past Thursday. Headline there, sold it out. Not to brag, but
How'd you sell it out? Because nobody supported you.
I nobody supported me, right? But
Right.
no, you don't even know what I'm going with. People did support me. I'm just saying, and everyone who came, I'm very grateful for and thankful for. I'm not talking about those people, because the people who were there support me, obviously, fuckhead.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the people who don't, but
Right.
act like they would. You know what I mean? So if you were in town that night, and I told you,
Which I was not.
hey, I'm headlining Zanies tonight,
Mhm.
you should come on out and watch the show.
Would I? Probably
Would
not.
you buy a ticket and come to the show?
For you?
Yeah.
Am I a comedian in this hypothetical? Am I a comedian?
Yes.
No, I'm not buying a ticket for. I'm
Why'd
a
you
comedian.
buy a ticket to see Dan Soder 3 weeks ago?
Because I'm not friends with Dan Soder like I want to be, even though we texted the other day.
Just saying. Think about that. You should
Right.
really think about that.
Well,
Why does Dan Soder?
how about this?
get
Why
your
don't you give?
financial
We're
support?
friends.
Does Dan Soder need your financial support, or do I need
how
your
about this?
financial
We're
support?
friends, so why don't you want to take care of me?
Why don't you want to take care of me? I have 3 children to feed. what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
I didn't give away one free ticket to the show,
Okay.
to my Zany show, and yet my friend who gives his money to Dan Soder, Big J Okerson. Who else have you gone to over the last year?
Jay.
You've gone to a few comedy shows.
Spade.
David Spade, David Spade's hurting. I'm glad
Yeah.
I'm glad he's got your $45, whatever you paid.
Right.
Right. More than that.
Because I don't.
Yeah,
But I didn't give it our Curie. I didn't give him any money. I went to his show.
All right. Well, there you go. That's a fair point then.
Right.
So good job.
Yeah.
You
To
won- you
Stefano,
won me
I
back
didn't because
over.
I didn't need to do that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious.
Okay.
I didn't mean to make this about me versus you.
No, it's
or
not.
anything
I mean,
like
it
that.
always is, but it's not
We
at
don't-
this
Jonah,
instance.
we're not opponents, man. We're teammates.
Okay.
Okay. That's just I was just trying to find out.
Okay.
I feel
Okay.
like sometimes you treat me like an opponent.
I think you need to hear this and then really listen to yourself say that and then really put that on past experiences between you and I.
We're always teammates. I think when I get mad, it's because I'm disappointed in my teammate.
Right, because
If
I'm
we were
not
opponents, I wouldn't be mad because I'd be winning in these exchanges. Just being a dick.
So okay, so you're saying
No, I just noticed this because you talked about the question, and over the last week, I've seen so many people sharing Nate Bargatze's special, and I think that's great. But in my head, I'm like, what? Why are you telling the world about the most famous comedian currently in the world? The guy's hosting SNL.
Right.
He's selling out arenas. I've met him a couple times. Great, very nice dude. In the 2 times I met him. Awesome comedian. This is not me taking a damn
No,
thing
of
away
course
from
not.
Nate Bargatze. I'm just wondering what the motivation is. It would be like if I went online tomorrow and said, guys, Beyonce, new album's coming out tomorrow.
Right.
I just want everyone to know.
you guys
Beyonce's
heard about
new
this
album.
Beyonce?
Have
God
you heard
damn,
about
she's good.
fucking the follow up to Cowboy Carter is going to be amazing. That was country. She's going straight punk rock.
I
This
think
is gonna be the best thing in the world.
because you
It's
get more likes.
stupid.
It's
So they're just farming for likes then?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
It's the endorphin hit of getting a like. So like, I share yours, right? I get a like from you. And then I share like somebody else's and I get like 100 likes. Do you know what I mean?
I think my point is that as comedians, we, of all the artists, are the shittiest at supporting each other. I really do think that. And I love comedians. I only hang out with comedians now,
Yeah.
for the most part. I used to have a really good balance in my life, but I honestly, I love hanging out with comedians. And
Really?
some of my best friends are comedians.
How do you not have that balance anymore? The greatest thing.
Before the pandemic, I did. Post-pandemic, I kind of lost that balance.
See, post-pandemic.
I mean, I still have some non-comedian friends. I was hanging out with Nolan a couple nights ago,
Uh-huh.
briefly. And, I
The
still...
bar owner here in Chicago.
Yeah. Thank you for that. But yeah, I don't know. But I do think comedians, and I don't know if it's even intentional. I've noticed that I see other, art people in other arts are better at sharing. I've heard more stories of like, oh, I wanted...
Of their peers.
Yeah, of their
I agree with
peers,
you.
where I just feel like I'll see comedians throughout the year be like, hey, have you guys seen the new Bill Burr? Have you seen the new Dave Chappelle?
So you're specifically talking about your comedian people that you're friends with on Facebook. So not like
no, these are people I'm friends with in
non-comedians.
real life. I'm talking about comedians in general. Non-comedians, yeah, share. I'm talking. By the way, do you guys think I was talking about non-comedians sharing Nate Bargatze? No, I was talking about comedians the whole time. I just want to make sure I was clear on that. I really wish we haven't spent 10 minutes talking about this because this is just awful. This is so bad. By the way, Austin, you need to give like a new signal for when you're like, this is a bad topic.
Oh,
Move
I like
on.
it.
I think this is horrible.
You're in the you're in a rant.
Well, yeah, I know, but it shouldn't have gone on this long because now it's lost all its meaning and it's just boring. For every listener listening who's turning off, I apologize. We're going to change the subject very soon.
A gunshot happens and we're like, this was the last episode.
To me, when I see people do those things, I think it's people that are like, look at my good opinion. Like, you guys should like me because I have good taste in stuff.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, if I post it, guys, Interstellar's awesome. It's like, yeah, no fucking shit, dude. Like, water's wet. Like, to me, it's just people being like, look how good my taste is. Like, do you really care? That I don't think it's them promoting it. I think it's them being like, guys, I know comedy. I know comedy, guys.
I know. I just wish. I think you both are right with that. I just wish some of those comedians would think to themselves, "Hey, I only share the best specials from the best comedians. Maybe I should share with my because like when I make a post." I guess everyone's worldview is different, but when I used to be active on a site like a Facebook or even like Twitter, Instagram, you're not really promoting much on Instagram, I guess in stories maybe, but like I would literally be like, hey, this is Sean Flannery. He's a fucking awesome comedian. He's going to be on this Comedy Central show. You guys got to check him out. I was not talking to other comedians with that post. I was hoping that post would go out to all my non-comedian friends. Right. That way they would see this guy and be like, yeah, that guy's fucking awesome. You know what I mean? But like, why would I make a post being like, have you guys seen the new fucking Dave Chappelle? And they're like, oh, really? The guy that Netflix gave $100 million to?
Right.
Yeah, of course we've seen it. We have Netflix. When we log on, they shove it down our fucking throat. There's just I just don't see why make that post. I just don't get that.
I hear you.
I agree.
You guys explain why. I think it's stupid on their end.
Yeah, no, I think
they're shitty, horrible people, and I hope their 2025 sucks.
Well, yeah. Well, to me, comedians are awful because they think it's direct competition. If I were if I was also doing stand up and I was like, "Hey, go see Joe Kilgallon. He's a great guy," and then I could see people being like, "Well, shit. Now I'm telling my fans to go see this guy. What if they like him more and they stop following me so much and they start following him more?"
I agree.
These are what they think when they're at home at 4:00 in the morning and not falling asleep.
No, I agree. No, you're right. But that's a problem. And I think it might be a problem in the Chicago comedy scene right now. Because in LA, you have Andrew Santino, Bobby Lee, Theo Von. I could list a bunch of other people. They all kind of had this podcast community. I know Theo doesn't live in LA anymore, but like they would go on each other's podcasts. When Cummings podcast, Rogan's, of course, they all started getting press or heat off of Rogan's podcast. Then they started their own podcast. Then they would go on each other's and meet guests and vice versa. And it was almost like a rising tide lifts all boats. Same with the New York guys with Soder and Okerson and Dylan and all the Legions of Skanks guys and all those comics there, right? Chicago doesn't have that. Right?
Because it's not a business here.
Well, that's a problem. I'm talking out loud again. This is one of those things where it's like, we need to meet about this. Me, you, and some other people who could actually have some influence over Chicago comedy should figure out a way to make that a fucking thing and make that into a goddamn reality. Because as far as comedy scenes go, New York is better because they have more clubs, more people, and it's New York. I'll give them that. I'm never going to pretend like Chicago is a better scene than New York. We are a better scene than LA. We have better comedians than LA. LA's got industry. LA has more famous comedians, but they're not better fucking comedians. But there's no reason why it shouldn't be in the same breath, New York, Chicago, LA. Right. And there's no reason we can't learn from what they did right. Because those two examples I gave, they did things right. Because that was smart.
Chicago is business school. You don't know the business yet.
I know the why. I'm saying let's fix it.
Okay.
Yeah. So your response should be, I agree, dude. Let's fucking do that. That's awesome, man. I'm pumped up, Joe.
I agree, dude. Let's do that. It's fucking awesome, dude. I'm pumped up now.
Fuck yeah, buddy. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Instead, you want to fight me. See, you always treat me as an opponent.
I don't want to fight you. I'm just saying. See,
that was a good example, though, right, Austin?
Here is my issue. Here's my issue is that I always have to play. I think to calm somebody down, which doesn't work in a case for you, is that
I'm already calmer than you are.
No, but my issue.
Thing.
So what I do, and this will go. This example, this conversation will go into something that I think that will hit everybody. Is that I play devil's advocate because I want you to be like, it's not as bad as you think it is, right? But the problem is you are hitting on something that you're very passionate about, and now you think that I'm taking away your feelings and your opinions on things. Really, I'm not. I'm just trying to say like, yes, it is, but like it's not nearly as bad. You know, like just kind of like, it's okay. Let's come down here. Let's come down here. Right. Which is weird when someone's really high up and you're kind of like, no, come down. It's like me saying like, Joe, slow down. Like
You're telling me to get down from that tree.
no, I'm just saying
I'm up in a tree
my
right
point, my point is that it's just for some reason my go-to is devil's advocate. I don't know why I always do that where I'm always just like, they're not as bad as you think they are.
Which is interesting because you're an only child.
I think it's like it's a diffusion tactic.
No, I just think I get that. We talked to the therapist friend about that because I almost thought to myself that devil's advocate is someone who has a lot of people around them. And they always got to try to get everyone to chill.
Well, I think you know why, because I've become in my 30s and now in my 40s, I've become almost to a fault a very empathetic person. So I'm always like, you got to see things on their side too. So like I'm trying to understand I'm trying to understand everyone's. Why are you laughing, producer Austin?
I just thought of like 1,000 things. I was expecting to be like, yeah, and I talked to my KKK friend, and I was like, hey, listen.
But there's good points on all ends.
I was waiting for that.
Scratch that. Do not take that as a clip.
Both
Yeah,
sides.
I got him.
Both sides need to be figured out.
No, my
people.
point is just being like, you know, like you can't get that upset with them because you don't know what they're going through and like what their whatever it is. It's just like that's just I don't know. I've just become that person that is just constantly being like, okay, well, like you gotta like. That's why it's hard for me to stay mad at people because I'm always trying to see like where are they coming from, because I think everyone's trying to come from a good place first.
Well, everyone thinks they're right.
Everything's
I like trying
right.
to figure out why people think they're right. That's my favorite
Right?
thing.
Yeah.
Some men
You're
see
wrong,
things as
but
they
right.
are. Some men see things as they are and say why. I see things that never were and say why not.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Holy
So
shit.
okay, so I have a new thing.
It's a Bobby Kennedy quote. The good Bobby Kennedy, not his weirdo son.
Okay.
He had 11 children, that guy.
So
By the way,
remember
go ahead. I'm sorry.
remember our conversation about Southwest, how they think they're real silly nillies up there?
Oh, yeah.
I had a new girl who destroyed harder than I've ever destroyed in my life.
On a Southwest flight, huh?
They landed. It was a little bumpy landing, and she goes, hey, just to let you know, hey, some people think it's the pilot's fault. Some people think it's the plane's fault. But guess what? It's the asphalt. And then everyone's like, oh, my God. Oh! Like, I've never seen a fucking whole plane just been like, oh, shit. It was like that scene. It's like in Def Comedy Jam where people are like getting out of their seats and like fucking shutting down. And I'm sitting there being like, that wasn't funny. It doesn't even make any sense. The asphalt? Shut up. Shut up. I'm a professional comedian. It's like, I will take this plane over. And then people are like, and then people are like, you're a comedian. I go, yeah. And they go, who's your favorite comic? I go, fuck you.
You should have said her.
Yeah. Hey, this girl up here.
Yeah, we know her. We know her work.
It's the asphalt.
It's a great joke, man. I actually like that
Is
one
it?
a lot. No, it's stupid. It's a pun. That's
It's
that's
like-
the only shit you can do on planes. is puns.
You know what it is? You know what it made me feel like? It's like playing fucking Cards Against Humanity, right? And I'm not saying I'm the funniest guy. Clearly, our listeners know that, right? You know that, right? Like our producer Austin knows that for how much he has to edit out. He has to edit out his laugh so hard on that one. That hurt my feelings. That's the hardest laugh I got.
That was
You know, he does zero editing on this
Huh?
podcast.
He does. Well, on the clips, he does some editing.
On the
on
clips.
the clips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
on
the clips.
this one. No,
The
this
point is-
this is live, baby.
He
We're
doesn't know
live.
that we do these in one day.
The
we
point
did
is,
this
yes, I
live. No, he
fucking
watches
do.
me
I've been
too.
podcasting
Oh,
for a long time, my friend.
I know, but you used to edit your podcasts. No?
Fuck that. You
do one take?
One take, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm a one take mamba. But the point is that Cards Against Humanity, it's like, this isn't funny. And then people are like, oh, that's the funniest one. I'm like, mine's fuck you. I get so mad at that. That game's stupid.
I agree. I played that game once.
Yeah.
Is that game known nationally and internationally? Cards
Yeah. Oh,
Against
it's huge.
Cards
It's huge.
Against Humanity.
It's huge.
It's the whole section.
But it also reminds me like Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box, a lot of those games are too, who could say the funniest things. And
Jackbox, not Jack in the Box. That's a restaurant.
Jackbox, you're right. Sorry,
Jack in the
you're
Box
right.
is good
Jackbox.
though. You ever have a Jumbo Jack? Pretty good.
I don't think
You're the
I've eaten
tacos.
Very good.
Good
They have
tacos.
French toast sticks.
Do you know
too.
that hard? Do you know that? I think we taught us Burger King has tacos. Did you know that?
Did you know that Taco Bell has chicken nuggets now?
Oh, Daddy's aware.
Oh,
I love the nacho fries there.
Anyways,
Yeah, what were we gonna get into, man? I
It's
feel like this
2025.
episode's going right off
You're
the
talking about
fucking
it's New
rails,
Year's. It's
dude.
New Year's.
Things you're
It's
looking
how about this?
forward
How about this?
to.
Joe? What is your resolution? Is it going to be letting it go when people don't share your stuff?
No, that doesn't even bother me. I just thought about it because I saw it over the last week. So no, I'm not going to resolve to that. In
Do you
2020,
share? How about this? Do you share your?
I do
peers?
actually. I'll give you an example.
Yeah,
I'll
I've
use
seen
his
him
name.
do it on
I'll give you
Instagram.
an example. I'll use his name. Mike Myers, awesome comedian, friend of ours.
Share his shit a lot.
Very funny guy. I remember when he released an album or YouTube special, whatever it was. I remember sharing it, and we're friends, but like I don't even have his phone number. But I remember sharing it, and then a few people told me, "Oh, I was talking to Myers. I hope he doesn't mind this part. He was like, he was kind of disappointed that more of his friends didn't share his thing. And I was like, I shared it. He's like, yeah, he mentioned that you shared it.
I shared it. I always share mine.
Yeah. And so that's just
Do you get mad
something.
that the people that you support, they don't support you back? Is that what it is? Because I get a little upset that I share a lot of my friends' clips and they're like not one share our clips or anything.
Well, I had
And I'm kind of like, Joe was mildly funny during that clip. I would share that.
yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to deflect my laugh about him not being funny.
I guess I do in a certain, it depends when. You ever come across it where you're like, oh, they like that post, but didn't like mine?
Yeah.
Normally it doesn't bother me, but sometimes it's like,
Do you go through
my
people,
post is better.
Do you go through people's likes to see who liked it? You've done that.
Not with my own videos, I think. Not well, like I've clicked on another video and seen who liked it and who didn't.
Or just
Maybe.
like
I probably have.
like
done
let's
that.
say like someone's it's just, again, we're not shitting on Nate Bargatze, but just like somebody that shared the Nate Bargatze thing, and then everyone that liked it, do you click on that and being like, Mike Myers liked that? You fucking serious?
No, I've not done that, but I'm kind of want to now.
That's why I listen to
I want to
I
now,
support
actually.
everybody's podcast because I'm always like you're gonna talk about me, and I hate it's my problem that I have, just because like I'll listen to people's podcasts and then I'll be like, I was there. You could at least mention that Jonah was there, or just say a friend and kind of mention me.
Oh, you're saying that like you listen to podcasts to hear if they're going to mention like a night out they had with you?
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure. I don't need them to, but I want them to.
Like Sorab's joke.
Yes, I have a friend. I have a friend.
Say it by name. Say his name.
Sora Ferrugias?
Just say Sorab.
Sorab,
Persian comedian.
who's a very funny. I share his shit all the time. He's very funny. We should have him on the podcast. He has this whole goddamn fucking joke about being so fat he broke somebody's chair at a barbecue, which was my chair.
He's not fitting in these chairs.
No, he's not. We'll get different chairs for him. But the point is he
That was so mean.
broke my chair. It's a very funny joke. Broke my chair. And all I say is just say my fucking name in there. And he doesn't say my name. He goes, too many words. I go to say Jonah. I was at my friend Jonah's barbecue. And then this and this happened. You're adding detail that makes it more believable. And also, I had to buy a new fucking chair. So you better mention my fucking name. You better put my name in your fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? That shit pisses me
He
off.
could at least say it when he's at a show that you're also in the room.
Also
This is
doesn't
a
do it.
Little
He
fucking
just
head
goes,
wag.
too many names. Too many words. Too many words.
You should bill him. You should bill him.
Should bill him. I
You
should
bill him
bill
for
him.
the chair
I should
after
bill
all these
him.
years. Yeah.
I should. He did a number on that chair. You don't know that. You've never been fat. I was fat. I broke a chair once. I was sitting in my uncle's house. We're about ready to go on a trip. Just sitting there, and you feel the crack happened, or you feel like the first shift happened. You're like, uh-oh. And then you fall down, and then it is just a bunch of people looking at you that want to laugh, and they don't know if they can laugh or not, and they're seeing if you're okay, and it's just an awkward situation for everybody. It's the worst. I wish in 2025 that you could become
You
fat,
fat.
and you have to experience that just one time in your life.
I might do that. I was a fat baby.
You were a fat baby?
And then I
Like
lost.
PHAT baby?
Well, that too. But I was also a chubby baby. But then I lost the weight because I would learn to crawl and walk.
Okay.
So once I was able to learn how to be an exerciser, I lost the weight.
When did you start exercising? 2?
I was doing curls. I was doing the curls for the girls and the tries for the guys at a very young age.
Right.
That's why I was such a hot baby.
Right.
If I showed you my baby picture,
And your mom
you
was
would
like,
be like, I shouldn't have feelings like this towards a baby. I feel fucking gross inside.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
how hot a baby I was.
so you're
I was the Brad Pitt of babies. Sorry, go
So
ahead.
your mom was like, hey, Joey, do you want this onesie? And you're like, I don't know. Let me try it before I buy it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Is that what
was.
you're like?
Yeah. Can I ask you something? Do you want to try to turn that off right now?
It's
And that's
not-
why you're looking.
I looked down and it's not picking it up. If anybody knows the heat turned on and we're wondering if it's getting picked up with mics, I'm looking at the board. I don't think it is.
It's not. That's good. Hey, can I throw this out there? Not to get all dark and weird, but last episode of the podcast, we talked suicide a little bit. You know what I'm talking about, Austin?
Yeah.
Do you know where I'm going with this?
I was just ready for that was a great start to the conversation.
So again, not to get all dark and weird, but that episode came out maybe a couple days after that episode. I go on Instagram and all of a sudden this thing pops up. I took a screenshot so I could show you two off air. This thing pops up saying, someone thinks you need support. And I was like, I thought it was like tech support or something. I'm like, oh, is this, did I unlock a feature? I thought I unlocked a new Instagram feature or something. Maybe I hit a new video views or something. I don't know. I'm trying to monetize on this so I could get a couple bucks, but nothing. I then click on it and then it linked me to all these suicide hotlines. It did. And don't be afraid to ask for help, all this shit. I was like, what the fuck? Someone ratted on me to Instagram thinking
Your
I'm
phone
gonna
did. Your phone
kill-
picked that up.
I don't think my phone did
Your
that.
phone listen. You don't think your phone's listening to you?
I think my phone's listening to me. I don't think my phone. I googled how that comes about, and it's from fucking someone has to do something. A person has to do that. Do you think
No, because if that's okay, yeah,
No, I'm
I
telling
agree with
you,
you.
a listener,
but if that's true,
I think did that.
But also that's true. You would have gotten those years ago.
I don't think those
you don't
were
think
made
people have been
available
concerned
years
about
ago.
you for years?
Yes, fine, but I don't think that was made available years ago.
Okay.
That's my point. Austin, you're young. You're 25. Have you heard of this on Instagram?
I think it happened to our friend Chris Bader once. He posted something that also had that, and I'm pretty sure he told me that he got like a notification that
He's a sad guy too.
someone. But like, yeah, there is a way on like Instagram and YouTube and stuff that you can like report something and say self-harm is like one of the things you're reporting. I think it will then send you that message.
But I didn't post that clip. They would have had to have listened to the podcast. That's why I think it's by the way, if you're a podcast listener, I appreciate you being concerned. Very sweet of you. You don't have to worry about it. But then it came up again a few days later, so someone clicked on it again. So like, listen, I just want to be clear about this to the listeners because we were joking around about suicide. I do not want to kill myself. Okay.
Did you figure it out?
Do I want to die? Sure, but I don't want to actually kill myself. All right. I want to get like shot saving someone from being mugged.
So you want to get Luigi Mangione? You want somebody to murder you?
What? That's not what he did. He assassinated someone.
Right.
Yeah, you want to be the person assassinated.
Yeah, you want to be the person
asking.
assassinated.
I don't know why he's asking that.
Because you want to die, so
No,
like
I'm
you'd be
saying-
happy. So
Without using the-
die
how
a
about
hero.
so
It's
so
super
I wanna
Joe,
die a hero.
So Joe, if I put a gun to your face right now, your only thought would be like, oh, sweet freedom, and then it would end.
I'm not answering that because I don't want Instagram bothering me again. But no, I'm saying like I want to be like, say I just have a set Laugh Factory. I'm walking back to my car. I hear some noise in the alley.
So you want to be a hero.
Yes, some guy's doing something terrible to someone in an alley. I have to grab the guy and start fucking him up. Right, but while I'm doing that, I don't realize he has a partner in the shadows, and the partner.
They always
kills
have a
me.
partner.
Yeah, that's you got to get. And then right when the partner shoots me, I go clever girl, and then because
Nice.
it's a
Great
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I want to die on a cool quote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay, so let's say he killed you.
No,
right?
I don't want to die either. I had to be funny. I was
let's
trying to
say
make
he
it
shot
funny,
you.
you fucking twerps.
Let's say he shot you. I'm not doing a gun. This is a gun. So let's say he shot you, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then he's like, let's get out of here. And they're running away, right? Do you think the one guy was like, did he say clever girl, like from Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
And the guy was like, yeah, he did. Like, that guy's pretty fucking cool, right? We should probably.
Call 911.
Or they're like, what was his name, Joe? And what if? Then they saw your stuff online and they started sharing it. Right? And that's how, sometimes
that's
in
one of
death, you're more famous than in life.
Oh, I'm prepared for that.
That's like
That's
the
one of
movie
the
Pauly
perks.
Shore is Dead. Pauly Shore made a movie where he gets shit on as being a comedian and he's like, wait till I die, and he fakes his death and everyone's like, he was the funniest, he was the great. That's the thing, Joe. When you die, people are gonna be like, he was the funniest, he's the greatest. You're gonna blow the fuck up.
I know. All of my friends will get together that night, get really drunk, talk some good shit about me, like in
Right.
a fun way, and then 2 days later
It's
they'll
not
go
gonna be
back
all
to their
fun.
regular life.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Let's be
A
honest.
few people would be like,
Yeah.
You know, a
little crazy.
You know what I would picture happening is that Joe would die, like being a hero, and people talk about it. Then the next day, Jonah mysteriously dies and steals the thunder
That
from
sounds-
Joe. And so everyone forgets about Joe, and now it's all about Jonah.
Right.
No, he would totally interrupt my death.
Yeah.
Like while I was dying, as I'm trying to say that last quote, he would interrupt the quote.
You're like, guys, look at this.
And
Yeah.
I'd look at you and be like, now we can't clip this.
No, yeah.
Now there's not.
Yeah. Where you'd be like,
energy.
clever. I go, clever girl from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, the Joe dies pissed.
That's probably going to happen for sure. All right. No one's dying. No one wants to die. Let's just be clear about that, listeners. And if one of you listeners did tell Instagram, wait 1 second, damn it. If one of you did
Been
tell,
listening to you talk for 35 minutes.
one of you did tell, thank you for the help or thinking I need help. You've been listening to me talk for 35 minutes.
Do you think that's what happened? That somebody actually did that? Do you honestly think that though?
Yeah.
that someone of the
I think
listeners
so.
did something?
Yeah.
I do actually.
Can we
Really?
point out that
Yeah.
Joe at one point was like, someone ratted me out. The way he said someone that's a quote you said. Is that like, how dare someone rat me out? My secret of me want to kill myself.
I said, I'll do fucking rats out here.
Yeah, someone rat me out and I want to die.
Ratting me out.
Well, I think that's what it is because when I Googled why I was getting this, everything on Google said someone could click a button that says like this is
Yeah.
harmful or we think this
Interesting.
person needs help or something like that. There's like an option, but I didn't share any clips from that episode or any clips related to that. So I think someone heard the episode and
Right.
thought, what can I do anonymously? Which
Yeah.
cool. I get it. Right.
I think people can see the way your hair is and people know that you're struggling.
What's wrong with my hair, man? It's,
No,
it's
I was
it's
just kidding, 'cause
winter,
you-
so my
your
hair
hair
gets
looks
fucked up in the
incredible.
winter.
Joe, you have like an incredible set of hair. Shut your mouth. You look good.
I just would like the idea of Instagram sending things like, "Hey, we're not really worried about the self-harm thing. We just want to let you know there's a rat in your friend group, and you must find them."
Oh yeah, who's the rat?
Yeah,
it's like
who's the
Among Us.
Yeah.
It's like we're playing Among Us, but like the savior. Like
Yeah.
you fucking let me die. You let me kill myself, you motherfucker.
By the way, great reference for a guy your age. Among Us?
I played it during the
Yeah.
the panty. The panty?
The panty.
Yeah,
Is that what
during
we're calling
the
the
panty.
pandemic?
Yeah, the panty.
During the panty? I like
Yeah, the
that one.
panty.
That's good. Hold on a sec.
You farting?
That was a good one.
Hell yeah.
I don't love that one, actually.
I wish I didn't say fart because
Wish I had to change. I might have to change the old boxers after that fart.
Still wearing boxers?
Oh.
Not boxer briefs?
I wear boxer briefs, but I want to go back to boxers.
Why?
They're better.
Because they let your balls dangle?
Yeah, man. You got to hang them loose.
I hear that's no wait. Boxer briefs are worse for your. But you don't have
I don't
kids
give
anymore.
a fuck.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't.
Dude,
yeah,
that
you
is
have
the
kids.
best part about having a vasectomy is not giving a shit what happens to my balls. Like, I don't want them to be in pain, obviously.
Right.
But, like, I remember having my
So
laptop.
you just drinking Mountain Dew left and right.
Hell yeah, dude. I remember I had my laptop on my crotch, and I remember having the moment where it's like, oh, you're not supposed to have your laptop on your crotch because it could be bad for your sperm count. But then I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. No sperm in there anyway.
Yeah, I got enough kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't
Perfect.
scared of you motherfucking kids.
Hell no.
So is your Instagram feed, is that all different now?
No,
Your suggested
no, nothing
posts?
changed about my feed.
I hate when something. When
I
you
brought
click,
this up to
I hate
someone
when you click
else,
on one
yeah.
thing and everything changes. You're like, fuck. It's insane. So you know, there's that. Here's the thing about it, I've realized. So I'm not like a perv on Instagram at all, right? But there was this one clip I saw, or someone shared it. I don't know how I found it, but the girl that like before she started, she goes like this. And if people don't know what I'm doing, I'm bouncing up and down, so like her tits go like that, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And this girl's like, bam, 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 bam. So, anyways, I like these things. I'm like, who the fuck starts talking like that? And I was like so obsessed with this that I clicked on it a couple times, and now all my suggested feeds are just like girls doing that, but different ones. And all I could think about was like, I hope my girlfriend doesn't see this because like I don't have like a perv account, but who the fuck? Like who is?
Every dude's account is at least 50% perv.
Mine's
The Explorer
not.
page. Usually they
Normally,
are.
I
I don't click on that shit either.
I worked
but
so hard for it not to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I worked so hard at it for not to be. I clicked on all these stuff. My problem is like, the problem is I always click on these T-shirts that are making fun of really bad T-shirts. So now they think that I like the Instagram account. I think my Instagram thinks that I like really like people that like Joe Rogan humor type stuff, which I don't like. But now they think I like jiggly tits,
jiggly tits.
and I don't like that.
That's what a friend called a girl in grade school once, jiggly tits. It was funny.
Jiggly tits?
Because remember, it was Jigglypuff was from Nintendo 64, Super Smash Brothers. There was Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
And so I remember my one buddy.
The nicknames in
called
high
this girl
school are just
Jiggly
so
Tits.
problematic. There's a girl in my high school who's really short, so all the guys call her Suck a Dick Standing Up.
Suck it.
And they had a song about it.
That is a long nickname.
Yeah, but it rolls like Suck a Dick Standing Up. That was a song. Do-do-do-do, Suck a Dick Standing Up. Do-do-do-do. That was the song.
Nice.
It was
Had a
kind of
bridge
like
and a chorus.
catchy, and I kind of liked it. But the nickname. Do you have a nickname?
I had a few. Special K, Joey K, Master Blaster, King of Disaster.
These are not-
185 pounds of romping, stomping dynamite. Mr. Make Your Mama Come. What else did I have?
I didn't know you were a villain from an 80s movie, Joe. That's keep going.
God. People called me God for a while. What else did I have?
My nickname was this. Who are you again?
Sounds about right.
Who are you
Oh, yeah,
again?
because you were fat growing up. I
You're a
forgot
party,
about that.
Marty Party.
Yeah, Marty Party.
Hard party.
I wasn't Marty Party. Marty was Marty Party. I gave the name to somebody named
Yeah,
Marty.
yeah.
Marty Party.
There was Fat Ass McGee. Sorry.
No, it was, I don't think I told you. It was Fat Jonah.
Yeah, you did tell us that.
Yeah, but I
Fat
named
Joe.
myself like an idiot.
Oh, like you're like Fat Amy from Pitch Perfect.
I never
Before
saw
that,
it.
though. You ever saw Pitch Perfect?
I saw it, but I don't remember that.
In the movie Pitch Perfect, I forget her name, Rebel Wilson,
Ah.
that actress, her character's name was Fat Amy. And they're like, you call
Yeah.
yourself Fat Amy? Yeah, because I know twig bitches like you do it behind my back anyway, so I'll
So,
just
yeah.
do it in front.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
I
like
tried to do that joke, and then it just stuck.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Should bring that back.
Fat
We
Jonah?
should start calling him that
It was
again.
Fat Jonah. Yeah, Bald Jonah.
By the way, can we throw this out there too? The fucking Nirvana video is getting big numbers again. It's going to cross 1 million soon. back in the day, we did top 5 underrated or overrated fan bases, or most annoying, top 5 most annoying fan bases. You threw Nirvana out there, which was funny because I was wearing a Nirvana shirt in the moment. We don't need to get in all that, but the comments section is just insane.
It's getting mean.
It's a message board from the 90s, this thing, and it's just people left and right. Either they love Nirvana, they hate Nirvana, and if they don't like what you have to say, they go real personal towards you.
Yeah.
Like, tell that guy with the piece of shit hat, that bald bastard.
Someone
like,
said, so I think I said this when the last time we talked about this, but it goes, you can't trust a guy whose face is as pointy as his hat, which is pretty good. I thought that was a good one. I laughed at that one. I was like, that's pretty good. All I want to do is all these people, I just want to be like, you're making my point. Next person, you're making my point. Next person, you're making my point. You're making my point. You're making my point.
I think Alice in Chains fans are the most annoying fucking fans in the world, according to that comment board. Holy fuck.
I will say,
talk about a band that didn't get their flowers until 25 years later, because nobody in the 90s had Alice in Chains as a top 5 band, let alone people being like, best band of the fucking 90s. Like, it's just crazy.
That's like me being like, mine was Lou Bega.
Yeah, it's like, do they have a TikTok video that made them big again all of a sudden, Alice in Chains?
No, just finally got the
fucking idea.
They finally got the respect they're due. They're a pretty good band.
No melodies. They have no melody. They're heavy. I think the people who think Alice in Chains were the best grunge band were the people who hated grunge, but had to like succumb to the fact that grunge took over heavy metal, which is what they loved. So they were metal/hair band people. And once grunge pushed them out of the top slot, they were like, well, I got to like someone from this group. I ain't liking that pretty boy Nirvana. So I'm liking fucking Alice in Chains. I think that's what the move was.
Do you think
Kurt like a lot of Alice in Chains?
Do you think Kurt was thought as like a pretty boy, hot boy? Because the blonde hair?
Women loved him, which made guys be suspect.
Yeah.
Come on, blonde hair, blue eyes, nice chin. It makes sense. No, seriously. He was,
Makes sense.
No, he was definitely the heartthrob of that era.
Yeah,
it was Chris Cornell. Guy looks like he had smudge marks on his face. Dude. Cornell wasn't a bad looking guy, but he doesn't look like, if you were friends with Chris Cornell, you'd be like, I just want to see one thing. Step in the shower real quick. Come out. I want to see if there's a difference in your skin tone.
Oh, for sure.
Because he just always looked dirty and grimy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you just want to be like, I'm going to take a washcloth and go like this. Yeah, see? It's lighter skin. I knew it.
Yeah. Oh, no. A different genre, but like, I mean, Anthony Kiedis, okay.
Different genre.
Have you seen pictures of him and his girlfriend now?
Yeah, she's like 25 and he's like 60 or something.
Yeah, it's grody 5,000. It is not fun. There's a picture. I think there's a picture of him like hugging her from the back, and he's like kind of cupping her tits while he does it, and it's just like
respect.
No, it's not. Joe.
Joking, dude.
You know what's worse? Belichick and his girlfriend.
Because he's like 74, right?
Oh, he looks bad, and like it's like Kiedis. I get like where he's like still kind of for 60. He's like a good looking dude. He's like badass, whatever. Like she probably grew up with her parents loving him, which is really weird. But like with Belichick, it's just like, ugh. And like the mermaid picture, have you seen that?
No.
That was her like costume where he like catches a mermaid and she's like in the water with the outfit on. It is like,
Halloween. Yeah, I remember seeing that. But then there was another picture of her like wearing Patriot stuff at a Halloween costume party. And it made me think to myself, like, she must have to say, listen, I'm going to a Halloween party with all my friends. But you have nothing to worry about. I'm just going to have a good time. Blah, blah, blah. Or do you think she's just like, I'm going to a party with my friends? He's like, cool, have fun.
I don't know. Who knows? What is that? There's got to be an agreement to that.
With that big of an age difference, there must be.
There has to be an agreement, right?
Because she's going to have to, even if she
she's like, I'll blow you, but like I need to have my own fun too. But like I get to take your jet whenever. Like it's got to be like an agreement, right?
Or in her case, isn't she going to be like, okay, every now and then I got to see a penis within a 2 decades of when I was born.
I know.
Right? Because that's like a 50-year age.
And you know he's not trimming that shit up. That's just a gray forest.
It might have all just gone away.
You think so?
You think our dudes, we got to get a bald guy on. Are bald guys also, do they lose hair at all?
No, generally get more hair. They get more hair.
They get more body hair, but not head hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a cruel joke.
That is cruel.
It is not fun.
How do people believe in God when you hear stories like that?
I don't even know.
Right?
Right.
I know there's all this, there's genocide going on and all that stuff. That should make you question a higher power. But I hear stuff like that and I go, what a fucking douchebag move.
Mm-hmm. Just laughing up there.
Right?
Yeah.
Not nice. Not nice at all. That's going to get reported. I think Joe's going to self-harm because he made a joke about the big man upstairs. Fuck you.
One person. That person's just listening and be like, I was just trying to help.
I know. And whoever it was, I really actually do appreciate it. But I'm a comedian, so I got to make jokes.
What's the oldest you'd go?
What, age-wise? Mm-hmm. How much money she got?
See? Is it about money?
For age? Yeah.
Really?
Pretty sure.
So
I
is
don't know.
money
It depends
is money worth the sacrifice? Like, have you seen those pictures of Anna Nicole Smith and her 90-year-old husband?
That was awful. Yeah.
It was awful.
Well, yeah. I mean, at that point, that's what I'm saying. For that kind of age gap, it's for the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But you don't see that the opposite. But except for Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause he was like 20 and she was like 40.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like? Do you think he got groomed?
No,
That's what they think. Because wasn't she a
like that.
director?
We're all right with it. Yeah, she's a director. Yeah.
Okay, that's a grooming.
She directed
situation.
the Nowhere Boy where he played John Lennon.
Oh, he's good in that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a sad.
That's a
movie, too.
grooming stitch. Yeah.
He's fine.
I think that's the
gonna be
problem. That's
James
the problem.
Bond. He's
That's the
fine.
problem. That's the double standard. Is that like people don't think men can be groomed, and yes, they can. Trust me.
No, definitely.
Trust me.
everyone
Trust
knows
me,
that.
like I've
What
done
the-
it.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Trust me. I'm friends with Jared. Yeah, Jared groomed.
The
Boys.
little boys.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm
You
saying
just
like
said
an
boys
older
can't
woman
be-
can't groom a younger man. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, yes, they can.
Yeah. Hugh
Absolutely.
Jackman. His wife older. Ex-wife wasn't she older?
Oh,
yeah,
she was
he's
a
going
little
through a
bit.
divorce
Yeah, but I
now,
don't
yeah.
know if that-
Yeah. Oh, he's living his life right now. You can tell that. You can tell him.
Isn't he?
When old men get a glow up,
You know, Hugh Jackman, isn't he? You know,
kind of playing for both sides.
I thought so.
Doesn't matter. Who
No,
cares?
just
I'm
'cause
not judging.
That's in right now.
I'm wondering if he's out yet. is
Could
my
you
point. I'm not
imagine if he
judging.
did? He would fucking clean up.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Is it crazy? You saw Deadpool Wolverine?
Mm-hmm.
He's getting more of a six pack. He is in better shape for that movie at that age than he was for the first two X-Men.
That ain't natty though.
Of course, that's not natty. None of that shit is, man.
No.
I almost want to be like every time someone I'm just in a hater mood today. I feel like even though I came here in a good mood.
I know.
I just want every time someone posts a picture of a hot guy online, I want to be like, not real. None of that shit's real.
Dude, you know what we should do? You know, you're 2025 and I'll help
That's
pay
how
for this.
women must feel when we share the fake titted chicks.
This is, yeah, I know, right?
yeah.
But you know what our goal is? Let's get you roided out. Let's see what roided Joe looks. We'll take a picture now, and we'll take a picture a year from now, and we'll fucking roid you out. We'll protein you out. We'll work you out, and then let's just see what you look like.
I'm down with working out, proteining out,
But let's
roiding
roid you out.
Nobody in their right mind has ever thought, you know who should be on steroids?
I know.
Joe Kilgallon.
Well, that's
Like,
a kind of, it's not a myth, but like the whole roid rage is a bit of a myth.
I don't think that's a myth at all. I
It's a
thought
bit
I've
of
heard
a
about
myth.
that.
It's a bit of a myth. It increases your testosterone, so you get a little bit more aggressive. That is true.
I don't think I need increased testosterone.
I know, but
per se.
I just want to see you like, what are they?
Well, we were talking about, no, this before the podcast. Matt Rife makes so much money. I sold out Zanies and was so happy. And then on the radio going home, I heard Matt Rife sold out 5 shows at the Chicago Theater. That was the Chicago Theater hold.
Yeah.
You look that up, producer.
You know,
Austin?
I found out about
And,
that. A lot of friends shared that.
By the way, I also know, no bullshit. I saw 1 million people the next day who I'm Facebook friends with being like, at the Matt Rife show, at the Matt Rife show, all of them. And a lot of the comments were like, show kind of sucked. And I wanted to be like, and again, I've got no problem with Matt Rife. Get your money when you can, my man. But like, it just made me start to think I need to become hot like that.
3,600 seats.
So 3,600 seats times 5. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but Joe, you're
It felt like a miracle to get 150 on a Thursday at Zanies. We got to figure something out. We are way too talented. I am way too talented to be struggling.
yeah.
So I'm just fucking. You didn't see what I did there? It's a joke. I said we are, and then I stopped and said I am.
No, I caught it.
Okay, well, why don't you laugh? If you don't laugh, it makes me feel like a bad person.
Good.
Okay.
Good. That's be my power now.
Go run the light.
Go run the light. Is that
My new
Tarzan?
thing I'm saying to Jonah, that my New Year's resolution is to do more funny jabs at Jonah.
You want to talk about running the light?
Oh my god! Oh, here we
Is
go.
that what you want to do?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Real quick.
That should be your next
Hold-
fucking special.
Hold the fuck
Run
on.
the light.
Hold the fuck on, dickhead. He made fun of you, and you responded by making fun of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see?
So
The
you're,
opponent.
you're supposed to respond by making fun of him.
We're just the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, right now that's
Give it
all we
the
are.
camera on you, Austin.
Yeah, I don't need this
But
shit.
For real though, Austin. There was like that one time when Kanye was pissed off that Beck won an award over Beyonce, and the next day everyone was talking about how much better Beck is than Beyonce, and Beyonce's like, I didn't say shit.
I know.
I clapped when Beck won the award.
Yeah.
Don't make this me versus Beck. Make it Beck versus fucking Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Austin called you out on something, and you dragged me into it instead of calling Austin back on a thing he does.
Well, what am I called? Oh, I'm not going to hurt our producer's
is he
feelings because he can
perfect?
just end it right now. You can zoom in my nose right
flip
now.
the
I didn't know
switch.
that.
You can
That's the
flip
power that a producer has.
Yeah,
You can't.
I was also that's just a known Chicago fact that Jonah Jurkens is a light runner.
No, it's fucking not. Okay, so that's because of one comedian.
One comedian.
Because God fucking forbid
Jonah, we
that
have a
I go a
spreadsheet.
minute or two over the light, but I don't start a new joke. I just have long important, very engulfing stories.
Someone told me once, someone who gives a light at a club in this city. This was years ago. He told me this too. He goes, I love how Jonah will ask for a 2-minute light or a 3-minute light and then proceed to do an 8-minute story as soon as he gets that light.
I already started it, and then I get the light, and I'm like, shit, I got to finish this.
Yeah.
That is somewhat true.
That's what someone told me once.
I'm too confined in 10 minutes. Give me time to breathe.
I gotta spread
Let me
these
spread my wings.
Yeah.
Let me breathe.
I don't have a problem you do it. I have a problem with you denying it. Like
I'm not
don't-
denying it.
Yes, you did. You said one comedian said this. and
No,
now
I'm
it's-
telling you,
No, no, it's
that's why I get this fucking reputation for it, because one comedian
you get the
got a
reputation 'cause
goddamn
you
parking
do it,
ticket.
Jonah.
No, because he's the one that was bitching so fucking much. And because he got a fucking parking ticket because he can't pay.
Name him.
I can't name the
fine,
name. I won't name the name because God forbid he'll sue me. Give you a hint. And it's just like that shit is annoying. It's like, I'm sorry that I'm getting laughs on stage.
That is annoying. You're right.
I just love it. I don't mind it. I just think it's a cute quirk.
I was a run the light guy for a long while. I still do at
Yeah,
CYSK.
you just did. Oh, yeah.
At CYSK and Blackout Diaries, when you had me last, I will. The time you didn't have me last at Blackout Diaries, I was right on fucking time. But yes, I was. But either
But I don't
way,
care.
at
But
Laugh
also, I
Factory,
wasn't giving you light, 'cause I
at
don't give
Laugh
people light.
Factory, I was consistently on time until the last time I did the show. But I had like a fucking good 10-month fucking run or 30 set run where I was fucking right on time every time.
And I've been good lately too. Yes, I've been good too lately. That's very frustrating. But nobody, you know what's fucking annoying? It's like the same thing. My family thinks I'm always late to everything. I'm fucking not. But most of the time too, it's because the girlfriends I'm dating at the time, they're always fucking late. And I'm not gonna throw anything to the bus. I'll do it. And also because in my 20s I was late. It's like, okay, yeah, 5 fucking years ago I was going over whoopsie daisies, but so was everybody. So why it has to be about me? It's annoying. Anyways.
I'm sorry. Jonah, I'm sorry. Let's talk about the year ahead, everybody. 2025 is coming up. People are making their New Year's resolutions. People are trying to start the year right, health, fitness, all that jazz. I do want to say this. I'm going to look right into the camera as I say this. Dry January is stupid, okay? January is a cold, dark month. We live in a cold, dark world. Drink it up, okay? Have yourself some alcohol. You're going to feel better. Don't give that shit up for a month. This is a public service announcement.
I'm starting my January. Sorry, I'm starting my try January in 2 days.
You could not do it.
No
way.
I do no fun Februaries. I tried. I've lasted 15 days.
I look at them the same way I look at resolutions. You want to be better? Fine. You don't need to do it by a calendar, right? Why don't you decide?
Just make better choices.
Yeah, January 27th to February 26th, I'll do it. Why do people always do like the whole calendar month thing? It's like, I don't know. And with resolutions, it's why I know people who will tell me in November, this is what I'm going to do in the start of the year. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, you're not going to follow through with it. Do you know how I know that? Why not start now? Mm-hmm. You're going to treat your body like shit for the next 2 months, and then you're going to turn it all around.
Right.
I don't know. I think if you
and your bounce back's gonna be horrible.
Yes,
It's the rubber band effect.
Yeah, the right time is always now.
Yeah, the right time is yes. That is correct. Are you gonna fart again?
I was gonna fart again, and then I couldn't get one out because I wasn't sure about that one. That one might have left a stain. Can't risk it.
On these chairs?
Can't risk it. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just not the biggest resolution guy. Looking back in 2024.
Are you like I'm interrupting you, sorry.
No, it's fine.
But are you like, instead of resolutions, are you like, these are goals?
Yeah, let's talk about goals then. I have a goal for this podcast just for it to reach a wider audience. Right now
Let's go live, baby. That's where you and I
maybe
are.
come fall we could do some live shows, or come summer.
That's where you and I shine.
Yeah, I think people would like, especially people get to know us with like our banter live.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to, something's got to change. We're having another meeting on air right now about what we're going to do with the podcast. I think we've got a really good podcast here. I think just more people need to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. Thank you everybody for listening to Let's Get Dumb. Tell your friends about the podcast. Support us like you support Nate Bargatze. Have a happy 2025. We're going to keep giving you episodes every goddamn week. We're bringing guests back in January too. So that should be some fun stuff. And feel free to, hit us up on Instagram. Follow us there. We post a lot of videos. Also the YouTube. Producer Austin's doing a wonderful job with that. Thanks for listening. Cheers.
Cheers.